Welcome. Take a comfortable seat. Lift up through your waist and start to notice your breath. Bring your right hand down next to your hip. Reach your left arm across your ear and reach over to the right. Keep the chest open, lengthen through the skin on the waist. Notice your breath. Sit up. Try the other side. Set your left hand next to your hip. Roll the right chest open, lengthen through the right rib cage. Send the breath into the skin on the right side of the body. And come on up. Take a gentle twist to the right, turning the right shoulder towards the wall behind you. And feel both sides of the waist really long, the pelvis and the legs rooted. Bring the left shoulder towards the left knee and the right arm across the right ear. Reach into the low back and the waist on the right side. And feel your breath. And come on up back to center. Release. And then gently twist to the left. Try not to jam the spine, right? Nice and easy. And then drop right shoulder towards right knee, left arm across the left ear. Breathe and turn open. Soften the jaw, the eyes, the forehead. Breathe into your back and your waist. And then come on up to sit. Face center. Take your fingers in front of you and walk yourself out over your legs to wherever it feels good. And send the breath into the side body, so the rib cage and the skin on the waist moving with the breath. Heavy the tailbone roll up, switch the cross of the shins, and walk yourself forward again. Good. And really just allow your breath to come in. Start to notice your body today. Feel the breath. Expand the waist. And heavy the tailbone, come on up to sit. Good. Come onto your mat now, and we'll come onto a forearm plank. So bring the elbows underneath the shoulders. Press the hands into prayer and really slice your arms and your forearms and your wrists and your elbows down into the floor. Legs are strong. You want to feel as if you're standing on your legs, the belly and the rib cage drawing in and up into the spine, and your tailbone is funneling back into your heels. Really strong in the center of the body, soft gaze. And then lower the hips down, spread the fingers out now, point the toes, press all 10 toenails into the floor, and draw the skin of your waist up. Pull the armpits away from the outer hips as you really ground through the feet. Sphinx pose. Feel your breath in the chest. Lower the forehead down, slide the hands under the shoulders, curl the toes under, and roll the shoulders back as you press to plank pose. Inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Feel the length in the side of your body here in downward dog. And then drop down to your knees. Roll the tailbone back to the heels. Take a little child's pose. And then walk your hands over to the right as the left hip really weights down into the left heel. Again, breathe into the side of the left waist, the armpit, the skin of the left rib cage. Come through center and walk to the other side. Right hip is reaching into the right heel. Fingers reaching away. Right side of the waist is getting really long. Send the breath into the rib cage. Walk it forward. And we're going to do that whole thing again. So come onto the forearms again. Press the hands down. Press the wrists. Press the forearms. Lengthen the skin of the armpits and the chest forward as the legs reach back. So you're really long in the waist. And then your rib cage and your belly are drawing in to support your spine. Easy neck, easy jaw. And then lower those hips down, point your toes, spread the fingers out, press all 10 toenails into the floor, draw the chest through the fingertips, right? Easy in the base of the skull, and then lower the forehead down, hands under shoulders, curl your toes under, press to plank, downward facing dog. Nice. Take a breath, feel the length of the waist, and then drop the knees down, child's pose. Keep moving out of the hips as you reach again over to the right, left hip heavy to the left heel. Let the forehead release and the chest release. And then come through center and move to the other side again. Right hip heavy into the right heel as you reach the fingers away and get long through the side of your body. Come back to center. We got one more time. Come onto your elbows, forearm plank. Strong legs. Now really draw the center of the body in and up. And you're so strong through the entire center, right? Inner thighs pulling towards each other, that you feel a sense of ease in the outer waist, nice and long. Feel your breath, and then lower the hips down, point the toes, Sphinx pose. All that energy you gathered into the center in plank, can you draw it up and out here through the center of the chest and the top of the head? Release the forehead down, hands under shoulders. Gather the rib cage. Inhale, come up to plank pose, and then downward facing dog. Feel any length in the spine and the waist. Drop down to your knees. Again, child's pose. And walk over to the right. Can you find more sensation in the side body? All the spaces in the waist that get crunched and cramped and stagnant when we sit. Come through center, find the other side. Take the opportunity to breathe. Feel what's going on in your body today. Good. Come through center. And this time we're going to step the left foot back, bring the right knee underneath and right hand under shoulder, and take modified Vashisthasana. So right hand under right shoulder, left arm to sky. Gaze up to the top hand. If the balance feels funny, look down at the right fingers. Draw the rib cage into the body, belly in towards spine, and push the floor away. Look down at the right fingers. Float the weight towards the right fingertips as the back leg lifts up. If that's too much to balance, then leave the foot on the floor. Flex that top foot and push it away. And then take your top arm, that left arm, reach it across the left ear, palm towards the floor. Find one line of energy from the left fingertips all the way out through the left toes. Breathe and reach. Bring the top arm up. Bring that top leg down, come to all fours, and reach back to child's pose. Drop your forehead, feel your breath. Using each breath as an opportunity to go deeper inside the body. Come back to all fours, try the other side. Left knee stays on the floor, right leg kicks back behind, left hand underneath the left shoulder, right arm to sky. Look down for balance or look up if you feel a little more steady. Draw the rib cage in and see if you can make both sides of the waist really long and strong. Good. And then maybe the right leg starts to float up as you bring more weight towards the left fingertips. Push down into the left fingers and then reach the right arm across the right ear. Make one line of energy from the right fingertips all the way down through the arm, the armpit, the waist, the hip, all the way to the right heel. Right arm reaches up. And bring the hand down, bring the knee down, come to child's pose. Release. Notice the energy moving through the body. Good. Slide onto your belly. Bring the hands under the shoulders, point the elbows back, point your toes, and lift up into a little baby cobra. So pulling the skin of the armpits out away from the outer hips, waist is long, and then flow the spine and the forehead back down. Inhale, draw the shoulders back onto the back, lift the heart, press the toenails down, belly draws in to support the lift of the waist. Inhale, and exhale, wave the spine back down, forehead to the mat. Let's do that one more time. As you breathe in, roll the shoulders back onto the back, lift through the waist, pull the skin of the armpit up as the pelvis roots to the floor, and roll back down, forehead to the mat. Good. Put your arms down, relax. Maybe bring your cheek onto the floor. Let your whole back soften. Feel any energy in the side of the body. And notice how your breath moves in and out. Let's do that again. Bring the hands into the shoulders. Press the toes down. Inhale, wave the spine up into cobra. It doesn't have to be far. And then lower the forehead down. As you breathe in, wave the spine up. Think of lengthening the skin of the waist like you have on suspenders, and you want to lengthen them up and release the forehead down. Do it one more time, like a wave. Inhale, lengthen the spine up, heavy the tailbone, extend through the feet, and then roll the ears away from the toes. Release your arms, put your other cheek on the floor, and rest. Notice any energy moving through the body. Notice your inhale, your exhale. Good. Come on onto your back. Slide your heels in towards your hips, feet hip width apart, and really root the feet down. And then bring the hands onto the low belly. Let the whole back get really wide. Close the eyes and take a few breaths here, allowing the back to widen and settle. And really breathe into the spaces in the sides of the waist. So imagining that the rib cage doesn't just move up and down with the breath, but it moves side to side. Good. Bring the heels in a little closer to the hips. Press the arms by your sides and lift your hips up. Setu Bandhasana, bridge pose. Send your pelvis towards your knees. Lengthen the skin of the waist. Press down through the feet. And then slowly lower the spine down. Take a breath at the bottom. Inhale. Exhale, drive into the feet and lift the hips up again. But instead of lifting straight up, can you send the hips up and then reach the pelvis towards your knees to lengthen the skin of the side body? And then slowly lower down. Good. Take a breath in. And exhale. Let's do it one more time. Press into the feet. Lift up through the hips. Lengthen the sides of the waist. Easy jaw, easy eyes, and easy face. Inhale. Exhale and lower it down. Good. Bring your hands onto your belly. Feel the spine resting on the floor. Feel the weight of your pelvis. Take a breath or two. Allow your jaw to soften, the tongue to release into the mouth. Let's do that one more time. Press the hands down. Root down into the feet to lift the hips up any amount. Funnel your tailbone between your knees. Pelvis reaching forward so the waist gets long. Inhale. Exhale, lower that long spine down. Take an inhale at the bottom. And then exhale, lift the hips back up. Pressing into the arms, pressing into both feet. And then lower it back down. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, lift up one more time. Get space. Make yourself really long, right? Pull the pelvis forward between the knees and then roll the spine even longer as you come down. Bring the hands under the belly. Let your feet widen a little bit. Let the knees knock in towards each other. Constructive rest. Hands onto the belly. Watch the breath. Again, maybe it's going to really move side to side here. Can you feel your rib cage go side to side with the breath? Moving out and away on the inhale. Softening into center on the exhale. Bring the feet back underneath. Draw the knees up, arms to your sides, and take a twist. Drop both knees gently towards the right. Keep the chest nice and open towards the ceiling. And again, continuing to send breath and awareness into the waist, the rib cage, the low back. Soften your gaze. Come back through center and move to the other side. Gentle twist. Feel as if the hips are moving towards the foot end of your mat as the chest stays nice and open and the waist gets long. Come back into center. Give your knees a big hug. Lift your forehead up. Make yourself a tiny little ball. Spread the skin of the back out. And then extend the arms over the head. Flex your feet hip width apart. Reach. Stretch out through the waist as much as you can. Rib cage into the body. And then flop the feet open. Bring the arms down by your sides. Palms face up. Close your eyes. Rest in Shavasana as long as you like.